Everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be doing a shop talk video just because I've been so far behind in the projects because of summer, working a lot of hours, working on the weekends, and trying to get into the shop. It's very hot. Kids want to be in the pool, they want to be at the beach. I was on vacation, so much going on. Can't really get down here too much, but I do have a lot coming in the next few weeks. So what we're going to do is just a quick shop update, and we're going to talk about a bunch of woodworking things and what we got planned. We have the channels going, all that good stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is the miter saw station. You can see behind me, I got my miter saw station here. I built it, a few weeks ago, and everybody's anxious, to get the second part done, which is going to be the drawers on the tops of the cabinet parts and the cabinet doors on the bottom. And it's not going to be, a crazy project where it's going to take me a large amount of time. It's just the amount of time I need to get in the shop and actually find time to do it. All right, so what I do have is I ordered all the parts. You guys probably saw it on the Instagram. These are the drawer slides. Got all the drawer slides, and I'm going to be using, for the first time in a long time, I'm going to be using these Euro-style hinges, and those get recessed in the cabinet doors. And I have a jig that I'm going to use for that. It's specifically made to drill out the perfect size bore, the size hole that it needs, which is I think 35 millimeter, and also give me the proper amount of space between the top and the bottom of the doors to fit it exactly where it needs to be. And then they're self-closing also, so that's going to be fun. Another few things I have to do to this is obviously once those drawers and doors are done, I need to put a finish on it, and I'm probably just going to go with an easy 3 coats of shellac mixed with a little bit of denatured alcohol. Just give me a little more drying time as I do it so that it doesn't dry up as you're doing the brush strokes. So that's that. Let's talk a little bit more about the actual thing itself, the unit itself that I didn't talk about in the video where I actually built it. Just a few things that I didn't mention was, I'll get you a little closer here, but certain things I did when I put the saw in place so that I can actually remove the saw and put it back. If I needed to take this out to a job site or something like that, I can actually put it back in the same exact spot. The little trick that I picked up from Norm Abrams on the New Yankee Workshop years and years ago when he built a portable one, and he kept removing the saw, to put it in his truck and then set up his miter saw station. He put these blocks in place and then screwed everything down and then matched up the fence to the fence of the miter saw. So this way now, if he removes it and puts it back like I have set it up here, I know exactly where it's going to go because it's going to sit in there between those blocks, which is a nice snug fit, and it's also going to be dead on with the miter saw station fence. The Hitachi actually comes with a black rubber dust chute, which is very short. And what was happening was, as soon as you make the cut and you would come down and have the vacuum running, the sawdust would fly right underneath the rubber chute. I said, that's no good, so I need to make a longer one. So I just went out to the local big box store and bought a piece of rubber and cut it to the exact size and shape that the Hitachi one was, the standard stock one that came with it, but I made it longer. So when it comes down, it actually covers most of the bottom of the blade here so that none of the dust can actually escape from underneath, because I didn't build any big box around the back, to trap any of the dust, and I don't think I'm going to do that because I have limited space back there. Okay, so what I'm going to be using to make the drawers, quick assembly. Now, I love to do dovetails, but you know what? That's just too fancy for a shop project, and it just takes too long. Even though I used a Porter cable dovetail jig, and it is pretty quick, it's still going to be longer than I want to anticipate for making these drawers and slapping it together. So I'm going to be using this bit here. This is a drawer lock router bit. Now, what this does is it basically cuts a groove and a shoulder in both sides of the drawer, and when they come together, it's like almost like a tongue and groove with the shoulder, and it forms like a lock rabbet. Now, you can do that on the table saw, but obviously it's much quicker to do it with a router. You put it in the router table, you set it up, slide it through, then you bring the face up, slide that through, and you don't have to readjust the fence or the bit height, and then you just glue everything together when the bottom is in, and that's it. That's done. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. What I have now for future projects, now I want to talk about that because this is very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people, because everybody's into it now, the big thing is barn doors. Now, I'm going to turn you around and show you the opening here that I had to do when I blocked off that half of the shop from the other side of the basement. So I'm going to spin the camera around, I'll give you a shot of that, and then you can see where we're working. So everyone here can see the opening. I didn't build this on camera, but what you did see was some finishing touches on the other side of the wall. I made those videos if you need to go back and see how to cut the molding and everything. And the reason that I left it open like this is because, and not do any kind of door jamb or anything like that, is because on this side that's facing the basement, that's going to have a sliding barn door. And you don't need any kind of a door jamb with that. You can just have the sheetrock painted and corner beads nice and trim and everything like that, and you don't have to worry about it because it's going to be covered. So there doesn't have to be any door treatments or anything like that. No molding going around for the door frame. You can see here I have the rollers, and then what that's going to do, that slides into a box rail. And this part here is the part that's going to be at the top of the barn door, and that's going to sit against the door like that, and it's going to slide in the rails to get it out of the way. So basically, when I have the door in place, you don't need any hinges or anything like that. You just basically pull the handle, slide it to the side, get it out of the way. The door is going to be pretty heavy, so because it's a large opening, it's a little over 6 feet. So basically what I'm going to do is make 2 barn doors and then attach them together so that when it slides out of the way, it's going to go as one unit, but as it sits there in place, it's going to look like 2 separate barn doors. Finish is going to be nice on that. Obviously, it's going to be stained and sprayed. It's going to look like a real rustic barn door. So we have, a lot to do in the next coming weeks. I have a lot of shop projects. I know you guys like to see when I make woodworking jigs and shop projects and like that. I notice those are my best viewed videos, and the reason is because a lot of people, they want to do that kind of stuff in their shop to make their work easier. So we are going to be doing a lot of that stuff. So basically, the next thing I need to work on, after I get the miter saw station finished, we're going to go right to the barn door. After that, I'm going to do some small stuff in the shop here. I'm starting to notice that I need a drill press table with an adjustable fence to make my life easier over at the drill press. So we're going to be working on that. That's going to be a good shop project. A lot of people have been asking me about my table saw. The reason I tell you that I'm not commenting on the table saw or putting their name out there is because I got in touch with the company, and basically what they said to me was I'm basically too small of a YouTuber for them, and they only really deal with people that have crazy amount of subscribers or public television networks and things like that. So if you do ask me about it and I tell you I'm sorry, I have no comment on it, and I'm not going to tell you who the saw manufacturer is, and you see the name covered up, there's a reason for that. I'm not going to give them any exposure or anything like that. They didn't even want to give me a discount on a saw, and let me tell you something, I could have bought a used car for the amount of money that this saw cost me. So, it is what it is. Alright guys, so that's what's coming in the next few weeks, so stay tuned, we're going to be working on that. But before I go, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. The subscriber count is climbing, and I'd like it to climb a lot faster than it is, but just if you have any platforms that you can share the video on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of those things, feel free to share the videos so I can bring more subscribers to the table. And then it's a lot easier to make these videos, because if I'm sitting here making these videos, taking the time to edit them, it takes a lot to make this video. It's not just something. This is not my regular job. I'm going out, I'm working, getting to the gym, taking care of the kids, and the dog, everything like that, running out, taking the kids with the beach, the pool, all that stuff, trying to be a good dad and get down here in the shop too. It's very difficult to make these videos. So the amount of time that I put in and the editing that it takes, it's for one video, one short video, even less than 10 minutes, it takes over an hour to actually edit this thing, because it's not something that you can do and just get it done real quick, just from your phone. Like some of these people that just doing like a little vlog, they're standing in front of a wall behind them, they shoot a video on their phone, and they don't have a job, and 2 seconds later there's a video, and they make it one every day. It's a little more involved here. So thank you guys for my current subscribers and whoever's watching the videos out there. And like I said, feel free to share the videos, bring more people actually to the channel. So this way we can make it grow and makes it easier for me to come back and make more of these videos. Alright, so guys, stay tuned, and that's it. I'll see you guys in about a week or so.